Maria, no pressure, Maria.
Yeah, well, we're recording now. We have Nancy Rivard, the president of the Airline Ambassadors, Maria Harrison, the former director of protocol for the Airline Ambassadors, and I'm Professor Frank Chindamo, who is the son of Maria, and I'm going to conduct this interview very quickly. So here we go. Maria, how did you get involved with the United Nations?
Well, with the United Nations, when I retired from teaching, I have friends at the UN, and I became a member of the Women's Guild and the First Ladies. I have my relative was the ambassador of Ecuador to the UN. So I have connections. And what happened is that actually the year 1998, there was a terrible a problem with Ecuador. El Niño, remember?
Oh, the storms. Yeah.
El Niño was devastating the whole country, especially in the south, in Loja, and I have relatives in Loja, and they asked me, they wrote to me to please if I could help them. I tried the consulate of Ecuador in New York, and they were doing it, and accidentally at the UN, I met this young lady called Sharon Moore, and I was telling her what I was trying to do to help Ecuador. And she says, don't worry, I know Nancy Rivard, the president of Airline Ambassadors, who has connections with the airlines and American, and she will send a cargo free. Well, I jumped of happiness. It was just what I was looking for. That was the beginning of a wonderful friendship with Nancy Rivard, the president, who her leadership, and it was fantastic. She was like a magnet. She attracted people to become members. I know she started with a few. And when I joined, we were about 3,000 or 4,000 members. And this is in 1998. I'm just very, very happy I met her. So that was my first
encounter with Nancy.
Mission actually that I did to Ecuador, thanks to Nancy Rivard.
Wait, hang on. Let me ask some questions here now. Nancy, by the way, if this was a real interview, the interviewer wouldn't be cutting the subject off, but you're my mom, so I'm entitled. Nancy, what's your experience of meeting Maria?
Well, I had moved to New York from Hawaii, which was a huge change. And because I had this idea for Airline Ambassadors, and I wanted to make a difference. And what date was that, Maria, that you?
1998. I see February.
Yeah.
This is this letter of thank you. It says February 19, 1998.
And I was working every day off at the United Nations as an NGO rep for Campaign for the Earth, which is one of the groups I represented. Right. And so I learned as much as I could there. And I ran into Maria. I created a huge circle of friends at the United Nations, and Maria was one of them. And I said, Maria, you have such great connections. Why don't you be our director of protocol? And then she told me about the problem in Loja. And I said, yes, we can help. I know we can help because we've been able to move huge amounts of aid on airplanes. And better than that, I might even be able to get an entire airplane. And if I do, I'm inviting you and anyone you like on the trip to hand deliver it with us.
Very nice. Now, Maria, tell us about your first mission with the Airline Ambassadors.
Well, this was actually the first one, my experience with her. Out there we have quite a few. We have a medical mission that was very touchy, and I went to Guayaquil. As you can see, these are the patients.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
Yeah, and here the group of kids, there's another little kid,
Oh, is
those
that Diego?
toys,
That's not
no,
Diego, is
no,
it?
that was not Diego. This is with the toys that we got it from the bank, Toys Bank, I think. And I went to Loja with them, and it was amazing. And you know, to see the mothers begging to please do something for my child, naturally, it breaks like your heart, my heart. So we did everything was possible, and we made that mission. That was one of them. That was one of the medical missions I made. So in the year, I think it was the 98, in year 2000. After we made a couple of missions, and I went to Jamaica with Sherry Moore. I don't know if you remember that, but that's you are there
Yes, I remember.
in one of those missions.
Oh,
Yeah, you look so good in there. And I have more pictures of Jamaica. But the one that was really that impressed and actually healed my heart, but it was broken, is in the year 2000.
So that was the
in
biggest
November.
mission. Let me just jump in here. That was the biggest mission. That was the year 2000.
Yeah.
And we all gathered up in Houston. And I'm just
Dallas.
saying that I remember that you and your husband, Bill, had gathered up medical donations in your own house in Queens, New York, near JFK Airport. And your entire living room and your entire foyer was full of boxes. Your garage was full. Bill had to park on the street. And
Yeah.
that was quite a sacrifice for him. There was stuff in the backyard. You had gathered hospital beds and just
Yeah,
unbelievable stuff.
those were the missions I made. But this one here, in the year 2000, it was my youngest son passed away.
Hold that up a little higher.
And yeah, and Nancy called me, and she told me, she says, I have, after 3 months so that I was not talking to anybody, I was really very sad. And Nancy and you, Frank, called me and to tell me, Nancy says, I want you to help me. I have a plane and I don't know where to send it. And maybe we can send it to Ecuador. Can you help me? So I refused. I said, no, I can't. And so, you know, I have no desire. But Frank, you came on board and he says, I'll help you. I'll do everything I can. And I said, okay, we did it. I got connections in Ecuador. I knew the first lady through friends also and relatives. And with Amparo, remember Amparo de Paez? Nancy, remember Amparo?
Oh, Amparo, yes, I do. Yes, Amparo helped us get the things through customs. Yes.
Yeah. So we fill up the plane, right? With all these people, wheelchairs, with food, with wheelchairs of the world, that as a matter of fact,
Wheelchairs of the
world. That I remember?
Ken Behring, yeah.
Yeah, and he gave me his, I met him over there with Elsie Litzman. Remember my friend Elsie? He would, and he told me anything I want as many wheelchairs as I want. Wow. So that's what we did. And here's another.
So this was, let me just add, Maria, this is the largest mission Airline Ambassadors had ever done. It was 76 people we put on that airplane, volunteers.
Right, yes.
And Ken Behring was formerly part of our board. And he offered us the wheelchairs, as many wheelchairs as possible. So because of Maria's connections to the First Lady, we had so many people. We divided it into 3 teams. The medical team, and 2 humanitarian teams. And we brought an NBC crew with us.
That's right.
Didn't we have a television crew? Yeah. So I remember going with you to the hospital.
You had 4 pilots, 2 to get there. And 2 to come back, to bring the plane back, because we couldn't it couldn't stay there for more than 4
hours. Yeah, that's right.
And then this is when we disembarked from the plane.
Yeah,
And see
that's
that?
Penny on the side, that's the pilots. Yeah,
Yeah. And
and then we unloaded like a human chain, all of the medical supplies, over 30,000 pounds of aid filling to capacity that airplane, inside and outside in the freight compartment.
right, right. And I got ABA to give me a storage room. It was a huge room. And I told her, I said, nobody is going to get the key, only the president and myself. Because, you know, it's so hard to trust people, especially, you know, when it's free things over there. So we did, we filled out a huge room with everything. And we, with Frank's help, actually, it was wonderful. We distribute almost everything. And we made groups. So some groups will go to Abai,
Yeah.
and they brought paint, and they paint all the rooms, and the little kids put their hands on the wall.
Oh, yeah. I
for
forgot about that.
decoration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us went to the jail, and other ones I went to the maternity
I remember going with you there. I was
Yes.
with you at the hospital. Yeah.
at the hospital, and it was so sad. And they will tell us, the nurse would tell us, okay, you can leave it with us. And we said, no, we prefer to do it ourselves. And we went to the beds, and they had two women in one bed. It was so sad. It was so sad. And we were so happy to see that the expression in their faces when we gave them those bags full of beautiful little things to take their kids out of the hospital. And that was so rewarding. It was so wonderful. And we went to everywhere, all 5, 6 foundations. And but we also had some fun. We decided to stop at 3 o'clock. We got up very early, have lunch, quick lunch, and at 3 o'clock we'll go. I had a free bus that took us everywhere, to the middle of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we took some pictures over there. And I to visit Quito. We went to a lake, a lake over there, and they have music and everything. And it was in 3 days. We did like people will do it in a year.
And remember, we went to an orphanage high up in the mountains, kind of? Remember? Yeah.
And we were dancing with the kids.
Yeah.
And we were in toys, and it was amazing. And because of you, we had so much.
And where did we meet Diana and Diego?
Oh, that was later on.
Before we get to that, I just want to jump in and share my experience as well, because
You were there.
it's right. Oh yeah, no, it started with my mom when I was visiting, and I said, "What's all this stuff in your foyer?" Because I was living in Los Angeles by then, and I said, "What's all this stuff in your foyer?" And she said, "Oh, well, we're going to be doing this trip," and I said, "Oh, well, can I help?" And she said, "Oh no, I think it's okay. I think I've got it." And then I went back to Los Angeles, and a couple of weeks later, she said, "We're leaving in a few weeks, and I don't think I can do this all by myself with Bill. I could use a little bit of help." And so I came back to New York, and I remember that we were like bringing things back and forth from JFK and going into the cargo area.
Cargo.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And so then I fly back to Los Angeles, and I think, okay, they've got it now. My mom says, no, you better come on the mission. I said, oh, I'm pretty busy, but okay, fine. So I get to Dallas. Fort Worth is the headquarters for American, right?
Mhm.
Is it Dallas?
Dallas. We met at the foyer at C2. The airplane actually left from Dallas.
Right.
So you had to ship. We must have arranged to ship the cargo from New York to connect to Dallas. Yes.
So we all are gathered up there in Dallas, and I look around and I just think, oh, this is a pretty full flight. And then my mom said, no, all these people are coming with us on the mission.
They were all volunteers.
Oh my God. And she said, I don't think I can handle all this. And I said, well, you know, Mom, I'm pretty experienced at handling, you know, at orchestrating large groups of people because I was an assistant director on feature films and a producer on films. And so I was able to say, okay, all right, so we have this group and this group and this group. And so this group, what's their agenda? They want to do that. So they want to go there. So they'll need a truck. So we have one truck here to put this truck there with them. And then at 12 o'clock, we can take that truck and put that over here. And I just kind of helped organize things. And my mom said, you're very good at this.
Yeah, this was like the activity, like you did, everybody, everything, all the places that we went to.
Oh, wow, you still have that, Maria?
Yeah, all the groups that I went to different places. Thanks to Frank, I was very, very well organized. Yeah, so
you gotta send me a copy of that, Maria.
Yeah, I have all these papers. I'm going to send all the pictures and everything to Frank, and then you can just.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and this was in the newspaper.
Hold it back further. Hold it back further.
In the local newspaper.
Oh. Oh.
Hold it back. Pull back, Mom. Pull back.
Oh, because that's one side's cut off. We're not seeing the right side of it.
No, just that.
Other way. Other way.
Pull back. Pull it back and talk.
Yeah, that's it. 31,000 pounds of donations for children. So great. I'm so glad. Thank you for having that. I didn't know.
30,000 pounds, yeah. And that was not even. They put 65 volunteers. We were 74, I remember.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember 76 as well because I remember in my
with broken 76, yeah.
In my broken Spanish, I remember at one time we all looked at each other and said, we're all really hungry. What are we going to do for food? And I had to call a restaurant and say, table for 76, please.
What happened? They didn't have a table for 76.
No, but we all gathered at a restaurant. They accommodated all of us at this restaurant. It was amazing.
Unbelievable.
This is a letter. This is one. At that time, it was the first lady was Noboa. Her first name was Maria Isabel Vaquerizo de Noboa.
Yeah.
So Noboa was the president, and she sent you and me a letter of thanks.
Oh, how lovely.
Can you see?
Yes.
Go.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. This is a letter of thanks to Nancy.
Yeah, I see.
Organizing this and me for organizing it in Ecuador. It was, and there's the seal from the president.
Wow.
Cool.
So it's a letter from the First Lady thanking us.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay, Mom, thanks.
Okay.
Right, so the next question is this.
That's First Lady, okay? That was at that time.
All right. Now, how did you meet the little girl? Mom?
Now we are going to something else, yeah.
Okay. How did you meet the little girl who lost her hands?
Okay. So we went to IBE in the second or third mission that we went. I met, hold on for a minute.
All right, Mom, how did you meet the little girl who lost her hands?
Well, in one of our missions, we were at the IBE, and this nun came over to me, and she said she knows a little girl that lost her arms because it was electrocuted. She plugged something on the wall and she lost her 2 arms up to the elbow. And of course, I said, I will try. I don't promise, but I will try. And Nancy, then Nancy met her and she says, we'll try. I'll try very hard to do it. And she did eventually. Dr. What was his name? LeBlanc. He was in charge of limbs. And I don't know, I'm just getting a little bit nervous now, but it was terrible. But this is her when she got her, first of all, she got some hooks over here, the hooks over there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So,
And
Maria, when did
I have more pictures of her when she was little.
the nun mention her to you?
Yeah, excuse me?
When did the nun mention her to you?
That was when the beginning of our mission when we went to Quito.
Okay, so listen,
We
guess what I remember?
had a couple of 3 or 4 missions after the one with the plane. And this was after that. This was in the year 2002
Okay,
or
okay.
2001. Remember when we met and sitting at the chair, and she was showing us and she was telling us all that. My nails look so terrible. So yeah, and now you can tell us how you managed to get them.
So Maria, you were on you were on another mission with us to Ecuador, right?
Yes.
Did you get a ticket or did we give you a D3 pass?
You probably got a ticket. I have no idea. I don't remember. But I used to put from my own pocket because I was doing such a wonderful benefits. Yeah.
So what I remember about this is I didn't know anything about Maria. We were doing our normal airline ambassador mission. And Maria, you might have been with us, but I remember Leanne specifically jumping around, dressing like clowns. We're giving out Beanie Babies to children. And we were trying to make a fun party. And I looked at one little girl, I tried to give her a Beanie Baby. And she put her arms up to me. She only had about this much. And she said, "Bring me my arms." And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get this girl her arms? So when I went home to San Francisco, I found Maurice LeBlanc, who is Dr. Maurice LeBlanc, who's a specialist in limbs. And we were able to bring not only Maurice, but several people of his staff back there. And he not only did he bring arms for Maria, actually,
for Diana.
For Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diana. But he was able to train the staff to do the same kind of prosthetic work in Ecuador. It was really incredible. And then later he sent me a picture of Diana as a drum majorette. And that's a picture of Maria with Diana now.
Right. And then after, when she went to school, she was, I have some pictures, I can find them right now. She went to school and there was a parade, and guess who was carrying the flag?
Oh!
Diana was holding the flag with her hooks, leading the parade.
That is so beautiful.
That was amazing. That was amazing. But then you met her after or before, I don't know. But this nun introduced me to Diana, and probably you met her when she was in the between all the children, and that's what happened.
Lots of children. And she just said, "Bring me my arms." I thought, how am I going to help her? And then that's how I found Maurice.
Right. So and this is later on, and she told me she was going to be a marine engineer. So I tried to get in touch with her, but I couldn't, because years go by, and I just wish her luck, and that was the end of it.
Find her again, huh?
Yeah. So that was one. Then we had Diego.
Yeah, tell me about, now you found Diego, because I never met Diego.
Actually, Diego was you also, because he came to the bus.
Oh, that is me. Yes.
Remember that the mother came to the bus and told us.
That was on the mission with Frank.
That was that was before, after. That was the second mission.
Oh, it was the second mission. That's where we met Diana.
Yeah, any other mission. And this is when the mother came, and she told us to please try to help her, because the kids will tease him in the school, and He was miserable. He had, this is what the way actually he looked. It was so sad. This was his eye, right? But then he had, you can see it?
Yep.
Okay. And then I kept, every time I went to an admission, with or without you, I was to meet with him. I said, I still didn't get anybody, but I'll keep looking. So when I came, that was in the year 2002, I met Patricia Crespo. She was a doctor. We were friends. We became very good friends. And I asked her if she could help me, and she did. We took, she arranged the hospital, the Presbyterian Hospital in 165th in Manhattan, and the doctors agreed on doing it. And they not just only did that, but they here. Okay, just a second. Let me get this here going. Okay, this was the picture in the hospital with his mom.
Yeah.
Okay, then the doctors start doing the surgery, and actually no surgery. They were just making an eye. See the eye over there?
Wow.
So because he had a hole, actually, he had no flesh underneath his eyebrows. So they have to build that up, and that was his eye.
Wow.
And to build, see the hole he had in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is as soon as this is when they put this is artificial eye.
Wow. It looks great. It
Okay.
looks really good.
And not just that, because the dentist says, oh, let me check your teeth too. So the dentist took him, they gave him a complete physical examination. They went to the dentist, fixed all his teeth.
Oh.
And
What?
then I brought him to Saratoga. I took him shopping. And
You took him to Saratoga?
And I took him shopping. And he got
Wow.
glasses.
Wow.
And this is him.
He's adorable. So he
A
came up to you.
happy child.
He got a visa?
The guy had a visa and everything to come. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was a successful. And oh, I took him shopping to Lauren Taylor. He couldn't believe it with his mom, right?
There's Bill.
I bought him all new clothes and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, that was wonderful. So that was the successful story. Yeah. This is another one that we did to Jamaica with Sherry.
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
And with look at all the things that Sherry, she was amazing. Do you
Yes.
still work with her?
No, I never hear from her. I'm going to try to reach out to her again.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her that we just had this interview and I saw those pictures.
And yeah, this was with Sherry. See Sherry over there?
Yep.
Publish this on YouTube, Nancy. So on my own YouTube channel. So you can share it on Airline Ambassadors, or you can share it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was Jamaica when I went with Sherry to Jamaica. That was the ways of transportation, the things. Okay, now another one.
Mission leader.
Yeah.
Mom, should wrap it up. So do you have any final?
No. I have something more. Something very important thing.
Please, of course. Okay.
I have remember, Nancy, we had every time we went, put Nancy on. I want to talk to Nancy. Frankie.
Yeah, she's there.
Yeah, but I want to see her. I want to see her face.
Why can't she see me?
Now, okay. Remember when we went to ABE and Rotary Club and the Kiwanis? Yeah. And everybody was amazed with everything you did that we brought in there.
Yeah.
So, and I had so many friends there that they were volunteers in different foundations. And I saw that each one of them, each foundation, they have closets and closets full of stuff that actually they were not using it.
Yes.
So it came to my idea, to my mind. I says, why can you share this? So I said, why can't we just get together and form one organization to share everything you have? And you can have things that we bring. If you need it, you use it. Otherwise, you can give it to the other organization. And they thought that was a terrific idea. So we got together, and I was with here, and we got together with all the other organizations.
Oh, yes.
Here we are. We had a meeting with the Rotary Club, the president of the Rotary, Kiwanis, ESOF Hall, IBE, and so many, five of them. So we had a meeting over there, and they all agree with that. We did that. We signed the papers. I was signing the papers, and then we went to the public notary, and it was official. This is the original with all the signatures of everybody inside.
So they all started helping the local community as well.
They start exactly the community with just one. It was called the. It says over here. Copia. It's the first copy. This is the first copy. It's protocolized, and it's the airline ambassadors with other organizations to help. And
are they still helping, Maria? Or is that collaboration still working in Ecuador?
I don't know, because you have somebody there. See, this is really, see, this is the signatures.
Very official.
Official, this is official. I wouldn't come back without this.
Hmm.
So you have somebody there right now, right, in Quito?
No.
No, there's nobody
We're
there.
working in Guayaquil now, but there's dead people in the streets. It's horrible. We're working in a very poor community of San Raimundo up in near Guayaquil.
Yeah.
But no one in Quito. It'd be great.
Do you want me to get somebody in Quito and try to put in practice this? Can you send some help there again?
Yeah.
I can get Ray and somebody at Ray and try to do that again, to get together with those five organizations.
That would be great. We could have them as a country director for Ecuador.
Yeah. I can get somebody to be the director over there.
That would
I don't
be
know if Amparo is still around. I can do Amparo.
Amparo would be great.
She was amazing. I'm going to try to get.
We're already working in Guayaquil, but it would be nice to work in Quito because that's where we started.
Yeah, that's where it started, and we have these official papers.
Yes.
You can have five given to one. You have five organizations because they can share.
And they have resources, and they could all pool them together.
Right.
So send me something in email about that. Let's work on that together.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get in touch with Amparo. I got completely disconnected with her, but I was there in February. Was it February? No, in October. I went to Ecuador. My son, Steven, gave me for my birthday a trip to Quito with my two grandchildren. And it was amazing. I had the best time ever, let me tell you. It was just wonderful. I had a great time.
Well, listen, if you want to go back.
Remember Alicia Peñarera, that tall, very good-looking girl, my cousin? My nieces. So I can get, and her sister, or her first cousin, was the president of ABI. Just, I guess, I don't know if she still is or whatever. But I have connections there, so we can get together again.
So Maria, if you want to put this together, we can provide another ticket for you down there. And I can't believe I haven't asked you this already. We need to officially make you part of our board of advisors because you've been with us from almost the very beginning.
I
And we have
was-
a board
yeah.
meeting coming up, and we can vote on that. Because you
Yeah.
certainly have a
Yeah, there's the
humanitarian
first
heart.
lady with me over there.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, remember her, yeah?
Remember?
Ochoa,
Yeah, yeah.
Mrs. Ochoa.
Now you are going to remember Fabiola. Remember Fabiola?
Oh,
The-
yes, yeah.
Well, he is now. He is now at the UN. He is
Oh.
again the ambassador of Ecuador to the UN.
Wow.
And yeah, when both of us used to send containers,
Oh, yes.
containers with the mattresses and everything we did.
Yeah,
And here the cargo and
yep.
with Sherry, yeah,
And there's Bill.
and Bill, of course. Bill was my right hand. This is a great picture too. It was all ladies from the different organizations with the president.
Fantastic.
See the
Maria,
first lady?
we need to remobilize that letter you have and get all those keto groups working together.
Yeah,
And I would
we-
love
this-
to empower you.
Let's put together an action.
Yeah,
Let's put
yeah,
this
I would
back
love
up.
to work with you on that.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. So I'm going to try, I'll put you in contact because I'm too old now to be doing things. I guess I could do it yet, but I don't know. But
But you could put things together because you understand the relationships.
right. And maybe I can go in person there. If you want
Yeah,
to go.
we'll fly you there. And
We
you
can
can fly
we
there?
can go to my niece's house. She has a gorgeous home and she has plenty of room for us. We don't have to go to a hotel.
But maybe you could go there and then you could go up to Guayaquil and see our other projects that we're working on together. You tell me when
Yeah.
you want to go. We'll help you set this up.
Mom, I
Okay.
think you can do it. I think, Mom, to be honest, you're never going to be too old to boss people around.
He knows me, right?
Oh, she's a boss.
All right. I think I'm just going
We
to.
can do it, you know, with Fabiola, with the first lady of the UN right now.
That would be
I
great.
can go with her help.
Yeah, so let's write this up, Maria, and Frank, you help us.
Okay.
And we'll do a follow-up, and then we'll send Maria down there another time to
Listen,
organize it.
okay, and to end this, I want this book to go. It's taken too long, and it's about time they really put fire on the need and finish it for once and for all.
We
It's
want to
taken
finish that book. I want to do that too.
And you know, it's what's happening. It
I'm
has
gonna
to be
give you-
finished.
I'll give you Andrea's number. You can call her directly.
I will.
She's going to see this interview. Hopefully, she'll watch it all the way through until this point.
Okay.
It's pretty exciting. It's so fun to reconnect and go over those memories, Maria. Thanks for including
Yeah,
me.
but that was a wonderful memory trip, right?
It was.
Yeah, it was just great. It was so wonderful.
It'd be
Yeah.
really great if we could keep doing good in Ecuador. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I'm so happy that I saved some of these pictures because I
Yeah.
have, when Sunday came, Sunday, the whatever
Hurricane.
the water that I have, I lost so many things, but I saved this and I'm so happy I did. Okay, Nancy, good
All right.
luck. Frankie, please, thank you for helping us all the way and helping me with my husband, with Will, and I couldn't have done without you two guys.
Exactly. If Frank wasn't there, we couldn't have organized such a large trip. He
Never.
was invaluable.
He organized everything. It was just
He
great.
sure did.
Well, I was happy to be part of the team, and don't forget, Bill was the silent support. He didn't say much, but he was always there.
Yeah, when he needed, he was there.
He was always
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he was great. So,
Yeah.
ladies, I'm gonna end the recording now, but we don't have to say goodbye because there's plenty more action to be done.